this week is really focused on nailing down what is the technology we're going to use. So what are those AR libraries that we're going to use? How are we going to track the products? And then nailing down what our interaction models and what we want the experience to be. And that has to be done this week.
So the first stage of my process was to kind of choose the tools that we're going to use for this very, very, very short engagement. So I did a whole exploration of, what's out there. There was the idea that we really would love this to be web-based and not require the users to download an app.
There were 5 main steps. That there's a cleanser, a toner, which is usually an astringent that shrinks the pores, a serum, which no one could really explain, but it's something magical with vitamins, a moisturizer, and then a sunblock. For the purposes of this, we figured let's just choose one of these items, and we chose the serum because that seems to be one of the things that people are most confused about.
What's that experience going to look like and feel like and be? What's going to show up on your phone? What's going to display around the product? How is it going to display? How are you going to interact with that? And why would people want to use this? It's challenging because when you're designing an app or a website or something, generally start with some parameters, like the boundaries of this page or something. But when you're doing this, it's 3D space and you're thinking about another dimension.
So one of the great breakthroughs that we have had, instead of necessarily comparing all of these different products in the store and then kind of mapping that in-store experience to in your home and having it be the same interaction. What if we explore 2 different interactions for the same product?
Scenario 1 is when you're in store, you're looking for a skincare product and you're trying to figure out which one to get. And then the second scenario, the idea is that you're now home and this AR app is going to help you figure out how to use this product.
It's usage information, frequency per day, usage steps, tutorial, and the benefits of the ingredients.
And the scenario 3 is you've been using the product for a while, and how can we continue to give personal information and add value to your specific scenario using the same kind of app concept.
You may decide that you want to progress to something else, or you want to kind of up the level of how you're using this. Whereas in the store, you might be tapping or interacting on your phone to see more information. When you're holding something with your phone or your iPad in one hand and holding the product in the other, you don't have an extra finger to control the phone. So your interactions will probably be in the real world on the product, using the product itself as a controller.
How could we use a marker to select through a menu? If you have a marker on a bottle, can you, twist that marker or, tilt the marker forward to confirm a selection?
In ARJS, we had some interesting challenges. ARJS is set up to look at things in a way where either the markers are stationary or the camera is stationary, and sometimes has trouble for certain scenarios when both are moving.
We're looking at the rotation of that marker and kind of, writing equations and algorithms to compute different changes. And so when you see a marker, you're like, oh, I assume that it's as it's shown on screen is its orientation. Completely false. Not true at all.
So we're bringing the marker into view of the camera. As it's being turned, the attribute that we created is looking at the acceleration rate of which way it's turning.
So basically, we've got an actual interaction here using the bottle as a controller.